G'day guys, and welcome to the live announcement of our brand new crossover XCT Infinity, which I'm super excited to announce. It's a crossover between our XCT universe and a video game company called Lightmare Studios, who produces a game called Infinity Heroes. So if you are watching on either Facebook or YouTube or anything like that, feel free to drop us any questions that you may have about this project. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions, but I will just read a short little announcement after I've played a very cool video, which is the cover release. So I will play that first. So we'll let a few more people jump on. I can see that there's a few people watching already. So hello to everyone. I can see that Nerds Amalgamated is on. Moira and Darren, thank you very much, guys, for coming on. So what I'll do is I will play the video. We might even have a special guest in the background that might jump on as well to talk about this, but I'm going to play the video first, which will be the first time anyone's seen this amazing, awesome cover, and then we can talk a little bit more about the series, what it means, and also how it all came about. So without further ado, let's have a look at the video. And there it is, guys. So XCT Infinity, as I mentioned, it is a crossover between comics to movies and the XCT universe and the Infinity Heroes game. I'd just like to quickly run through does it sound like there was no audio on the video? If people were asking, I did see that. No, we didn't have any audio for the video yet, but we wanted to do something a little different, a little special to kind of put it out there. So we will have a really good video for the Kickstarter that we'll that I'll talk about soon in regards to that. But I just want to do a quick read off of the announcement in regards to this, and then I'll take any questions, and I might even be able to bring on someone else that will be able to talk about it as well. So we're super excited to announce the first ever crossover with the XCT universe with Australian video game company Lightmare Studios and their game Infinity Heroes. We are super pumped about this announcement and the opportunity to tell an exciting story that connects both universes. This will be a mini-series that will be 4 to 5 issues in length, that will, with the first issue being a 24-page full-color issue. The story picks up with Spartacus waking up in the middle of the night, going to the bathroom where a dimensional portal opens up and drops him right into the thick of battle with Infinity Heroes. The thing that also sets this series apart, and what I'm super excited about compared to other series, is that the story will use fan interaction to change the direction of story between each issue. So if you've ever read a choose your own adventure book, it's like that, but as a comic. I don't want to give too much away, but this is pretty groundbreaking, and I believe it's the first time it's ever been done in this format within Australia. So we're super excited about that. We hope you enjoy the first look of the cover for the series, and we will let you know when the Kickstarter for the series is up and running. In the meantime, pop your details in here, which I will put up the link to be notified for the Kickstarter launch. So I'll pop that up in the questions in a second. In the chat in a second, as well as on all the social media posts. Among the first to witness the impact and direction of this unprecedented event in Australian pop culture. as always, thank you very much for your support. So before I answer any questions, if you do have questions, chuck them in the chat there. I do have Lightmare Studios CEO and founder creator here with me, so I'm going to bring him on so that we can both chat to you at the same time. G'day, Alf. How are you today, man?
Hello, and hello everyone coming onto the cast. So it's great to see some of those comments I'm noticing coming through already on our little announcement. So, man, it's been a journey, hasn't it?
It has been. I've been, wow. This would be over a year, I think, at
Since
least.
yeah.
So which is kind of a bit crazy, but there's been a lot going on in the background of how this is all going to work, and I'm super happy to be involved in the project, and I do love that you've dressed up for the event in your Super Spider-Man outfit, so which is fantastic. So.
Well, actually, I must admit, this is actually what I wore. This is my everyday wear. So I just happened to be wearing this already today when we were talking this afternoon about you doing this announcement. And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually free tonight. Let's get on. Let's do this. And I'll just stay wearing what I'm already wearing. So you can tell I do like my old comic book or two. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of pop culture and different universes, and that's why I created Infinity Wars in the first place with the other co-founder Ian Underwood about almost a decade ago now. So Infinity Wars 1 is our flagship product that was available and came out in 2014. We had a successful Kickstarter actually as well. We were going for like $5,000, and then in the end we had about $55,000 worth of income there from the crowdfunding campaigns, and then it went on to make millions of dollars and has almost 1 million players that have played Infinity Wars across the decade. So yeah, and it's a pretty interesting time right now, and things are sort of fallen into place as well. I think I personally also wanted our new game, which is Infinity Heroes, to be at a place where your fans and the fans of XCT can really appreciate seeing. I can say this, right? Can I? Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, bugger it. See if we haven't. We're saying it now. Seeing Spartacus in Infinity Heroes. So that's going to be super exciting. We've got the character almost ready for testing internally. And so yeah, I saw you chatting out with my lead developer there about the different spells and the different heroes that we're gonna and units and stuff that we're gonna have in Spartacus's hero. Just getting some of his mechanics, and so yeah, our lead designer spent a fair bit of time actually on the hero design, because especially when we're working with a multiverse crossover, we want to make sure that we really get the feel of that, not just the character, but the universe that he portrays and that he represents for especially for the very first hero. Because who knows, all going well, we would love to have more heroes come across into Infinity Heroes, and obviously we're going for more of these comics as well. So exciting times, man.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing, because I hadn't said anything about that yet, but not only will this be a crossover in regards to characters coming out of the game and into the comic series, and mixing with the XCT characters like Spartacus and all that, but the fact that these characters are going to then be in the game as well, which is something I haven't really seen done before, other than in multinational the big two type companies. So to have independent creators and that be able to get into a game like you're creating is awesome for us, and I like to play my video games, and all that type of stuff. I've never been a big card game type person, other than Uno back in the day, but this has really got me into that, because like trying to find out how things are going to work, what type of units I wanted to bring it, this really got me into that, because I was like, okay, I need to go out and get a couple of Magic and Gathering cards, and I need to kind of get some sort of understanding of the mechanics and that type of stuff, so that when people play it, that they enjoy the game for what it is, but can also play with Spartacus or some of the other XCT characters, or they can enjoy the comic as well by itself. with the game type of thing. So.
Yeah, and look, just to build off that, mate, just riffing on what you're saying there, it's just really great to see, like on a meta level, this happening, because I think that card games in particular are a really great way to cross over a comic. So one of my favorite card games that I used to play pro in back in the day, and made some money actually playing a card game called Versus. For those of you comic book fans who might be aware of the DC and Marvel did a crossover game where they had the DC packs and the Marvel packs, and they could play together. So that was a way that they were able to find a way to play nice with each other, even though there was all kinds of battles between who's stronger, Hulk or Superman. But and that's the other thing. The other inspiration for this whole crossover that we're doing is the Amalgam comics. So I'm sure a lot of you guys will know about the whole famous DC and Marvel crossover where they had Dark Claw, which was like Wolverine mixed with Batman, and what would happen with that kind of character. They did sort of one-offs with those characters, and so that's the inspiration for us, and we're looking to take a lot of leaves out of their book, and even the whole idea of us having the interactive ability within the comic book for us to choose as a community, where do we want this story to go? And so there'll be a choice at the end. I don't know if you've said this yet either. This is the first announcement, right? So
no,
I
did mention that.
I figure we're here. Let's just lay it all on the line and get everyone aware of what we're up to, because you'll find out in due course anyway. But we might as well get you excited now. You're going to get to choose where we go in both the universes, this crossover, what we're going to do with it. So in particular, we're being an XCT comic, we want to bring some new content and stuff. So it is Spartacus visiting the Infinity World, which gives him these whole new realms to go and visit, because Infinity Wars takes place across all these different realms that are on the one planet and different versions of that one planet, right, based on different time streams. So we'll get to go to multiple worlds, and those choices will actually be up to you guys. We're in a space where we can be quite agile with our development, both from the comic book and the game's perspective. So we'd love to hear from you guys. At the end of every comic book, where are we going to take this next? Do you want to see him go off and go with his merry band and go visit the dark cultists? We have this matriarchal society of these female witches that enslave men in cages and use them for their dark magic spells. Do we want to go see that? That sounds pretty cool. Or do we want to go and see the Avarok, the Sleepers of Avarok, which are this society of people who just took the whole idea of technology to another level, and they went and integrated it into themselves, and got to the point where a nanobot virus was created that was a self-replicating virus. Everyone probably knows about the whole idea of grey goo. Imagine if the grey goo was actually this technology that people wanted to just keep upgrading themselves with different guns, and then it went rogue, and they could literally be bitten and transfer the nanites across, and these nanobots would actually go and craft different limbs. So you got these cyborg zombies that can then form all together into something bigger, which I'll leave as a surprise.
This is what I loved about jumping into the Infinity Heroes universe, was that XCT was firmly based, or had tried to firmly base as much as possible within the realm of believability type of thing. There was the cloning aspect, but other than that, there was no off-world stuff or anything like that. So I was really excited about this, because it wasn't until I got into XCT that I was like, oh man, I've hampered myself so much in regards to like setting up the universe in that way, that I was like, when this opportunity came up, I was like, hell yeah. Because you were like, oh well, where do you want it to take place? Do you want it in the XCT universe? And I was like, yeah, your universe. Like straight away, I was like, yep, let's jump in there and play with that, which I reckon is kind of cool. Like, I don't want to give too much away, but Spartacus will get a bit of an upgrade and that as well. So which I'm always excited to see where that goes. So but to touch back on the Marvel versus DC again, when we first talked about this, we both talked about that and enjoying that and having the love for that crossover. So when we're like, well, how about we have this as an idea of we let the community decide where they want it. You were like on board with that straight away, and I'm super excited to
I think,
look at a
what you're
bunch.
saying there actually is a really good point, and I want to loop it back as well to the whole idea of these two different cultures coming together. So there's the comic book culture, there's the gaming culture. There's a lot of crossover between that, but there still is. I think there's still massive room for innovation and for us to see exciting things. The example I'm feeling is this shirt here is actually the Spider-Man game version of Spider-Man. So they went and created their own version of Spider-Man specifically for the game. So when you bring this sort of set of gaming thoughts to it, you can get this whole brand new world of opportunity. And the fact that we're doing it in a crossover still keeps your world intact. You don't have to go and mess with your universe, because he can go and have this adventure, come back, and they'll be like, "You did what?" Right? They can still not believe him.
Put him on his meds. Put him on his meds.
I woke up in the middle of the night, but it wasn't a dream. I promise you. So yeah. Great stuff.
So, if people don't know about Infinity Heroes, where can they go to find out more? Are we able to chuck in your website to the chat?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just being conscious of the comments that are starting to come through here as well. But it's interesting you mentioned there's a question coming through from Nerds Amalgamated. Will the crossover affect the canon series in terms of continuity? I think we kind of answered that there. Like, it could be literally a dream that he's gone and had. So I don't imagine it has to or would affect it. And then Caitlin's saying interactive comments, such a great idea. So that's really cool. Thank you for your feedback there on that. You've gone and put it in there. infinityheroesgame.com is the page that people can go to check out the game. It is available at the moment in closed beta, but as we're about to reveal, there'll be keys and stuff we're going to give away for that closed beta, and then eventually, down the line, a few months' time, it'll be available in open beta. But we'll also have, in particular, hero unlock keys for Spartacus. And you can use those keys to unlock other heroes as well, as part of the package and the perks that we're giving out on this Kickstarter. So
and with the question that's up there at the moment with Nerds Amalgamated, you would notice that we'd done that video very, very quickly in regards to the cover. I don't want to give too much away again, but there has been already some flash animation done in regards to the artwork that's been provided. So when the Kickstarter goes live, you'll be able to see a bit of a tease on what that's been done. Whether we go further with that, we're not 100% sure yet. But as Alfie said, we're open to this. There's a lot of I think there's a lot of room here for innovation, as you said, and to really kind of build on something here. So
there's two things I want to say to that, mate. And one is, it's really up to the resources we can. We would love, I'm sure both of us would love, to do an animated edition of the comic book. These things can be done. This requires the resources. We haven't talked about this as a direct idea, but I don't see any reason why we couldn't make that a stretch goal. And if we went big and this went big, then we could make that one of those stretch goals to turn it into an animation, for everyone to enjoy, at least some or part or all of it. So all possible, and really it depends on your support, guys. So if you love what you're seeing, we would love to have you share and just bring other eyes onto this that would appreciate such a crossover. Interesting to be able to help with the way the plot goes. Yeah, that's cool. It's exciting stuff. Dream crossover fight. Nerds Amalgamated just said there. That brings me to one little point I want to bring up for you guys as comic book fans, and that is, and I'm trying to actually remember if I've said this much publicly to my own fan base yet, but we're in the realm.
You guys are getting a treat tonight, because this is the first place we've talked about it that it's gone outside of our conversations. So you guys are getting a treat. So
keep the hype building and let you guys know about some of the stuff I haven't even properly announced to my own player base yet. And that is that. Look, we've been building a thing called the Infinity Engine for the past few years that has gone and made it into basically what will be the ultimate card game engine for being able to, for creators in particular, and for just people who are fans of certain universes. So with the Infinity Heroes engine, in its current form, In the beta form, we have a thing called adventure mode, and that is where you can go in there and you do what's called a roguelike. So you go on this adventure and you go through different levels and you unlock cards as you go, and you build your deck as you go. So you might have heard of games like Slay the Spire that do this. We do this with our collectible hero game, and you can unlock these new abilities and new cards for your hero. Now, here's the cool thing. You can make your actual hero, your hero for the adventure mode. You can take any piece of artwork that you have access to and legally have the rights to or what have you, but you're playing on your own computer. We don't check what you're doing. You can take really any piece of art you want and put them into the game as your hero, and then rename the hero to your hero. And so basically we do it in a way that we have like the soul and the power and the body of a hero, and you get to piece those things together. So with the soul, that's the deck of the hero. So that's basically the cards that you draw from that give you your basic powers and basic units. And then the power is the hero power. So you can choose any of the Infinity heroes, including Spartacus, and have that hero power be your hero power. So anyone who's played Hearthstone would know that each hero has their power, which you can do every turn if you wanted to. That lets you set that up with a whole range of heroes, and eventually we're going to have somewhere between upwards of 40 to 50 heroes to choose from for those powers. But the body, you can go into the body and select any art image and then give the title to that hero. So that's pretty damn exciting for Infinity, for the Infinity engine as it stands right now. Now, the thing we're working on, and we're hoping, I don't want to say it's going to be out by the time we do the Kickstarter, but I'm hoping to have it in place. When we go to Infinity Engine Gamma, you'll be able to do that with any card in the game. You'll literally be able to create your own hero to play with in adventure mode or even online. The players won't see it. It'll be local. It's just for your own enjoyment. But you can change any hero power to any image and rename that card as well. So you can take your dream fight from any universe and put it into our game.
And this is what I loved about using some of the XCT stuff was when I was trying to build my own deck and all that type of stuff. I was like, okay, well, what have I let people know about in the series so far? And then I was like, I tell you what, bugger it. I'm literally just going to. So if you want to know what is coming in XCT as well, there's a few things that are going to be in this deck and in this game that have not shown up in the series yet. So I'm kind of excited about that as well. So
awesome. Yeah.
We've got a bunch of loyal followers on the comic, and I know a lot of the comic fans cross over to that gaming industry as well. So we're really hoping that when this Kickstarter launches, that it will deliver to both fandoms. So it will deliver a great comic with a great story, and that is something that we are 100% committed on. That we want to make sure that it is a good fundamental story. The exciting thing is we've had Jason from Lightmare Studios and Ben, both lore masters within each universe, working together to make sure that when we're telling this story that it fits and feels and sounds like both universes and everything. So that's the thing that we're wanting to guarantee to you guys, that this will not only be it's not just a story and not just something for the sake of doing something, that it is an actual good, strong, thought out story and a lot of fun to boot, type of thing. So yeah, but we might have ideas and you guys pick the exact opposite of where we were going. So that's the fun part as well. It gives
we get to be creative twice, and even though we might be attached to one particular outcome, it is really going to be a choice for you guys to say, what do you want to see? And we might even put a little bit of a preview. I'm just thinking now for the comic, we might want to also put a little bit of a preview of what could happen in either of those outcomes, and then let them choose based on that. So yeah, it might be worth doing a little mini preview. Which one do you want to see come to life? So, and the other one just won't. So yeah, exciting.
So what I've also done, guys, is I've chucked up the Kickstarter pre-launch page in the chat, so you can actually go. That will take you to Kickstarter. Just click on the notify me button, and that will notify you on launch when the Kickstarter goes live. So this is the first place we've done or given this access. So you guys will be the first. If you sign up and be notified, you'll be the first to be kept up to date in regards to everything that's going on with this, and then we will be promoting it at other places. So I did say this was going to be about 10 or 15 minutes. We're running to half an hour. So if anyone has any other questions, please drop them in the chat now, and we'll answer as many of those as we can. But we're super excited about this. Nerds Amalgamated, will there be any Marvel what if moments in the crossover? I hadn't thought about that.
Possible. Like we've got a map of where we can take this, but because of the fact that that we're going to be leaving a lot of this up to you guys as to which major directions we go in, there is all possibilities. I mean, I suppose I would like to say as well that it really depends on the success of the thing. So if we do well enough and we want to go beyond a five issue series, then there's no reason why we can't do a bit of that stuff as well, and do some big what ifs for both universes, and just have like a minor crossover element, to be a part of that what if. There's all kinds of possibilities there on that one, but yeah, we'll leave it up to the success, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's with any, especially with the comic side of things. We always say it does depend on the support that we get. So we would like to do a 50-book arc, and have thousands of characters, and have sell 20,000 comic books. Is that realistic? Probably not, but if we do get there and you guys help us get there, and you push it, then really the sky's the limit with this opportunity and these stories and everything. So, but with this question, I'll let you answer it, because you did give me a bit of a rundown with the different color the dimensional rifts or whatever. So you can, if you can give a quick countdown of whether it's time travel, dimensional, so on and so forth.
Yeah, sure. So just to give you a bit of feedback, like a bit of an overview on the way that the Infinity universe works, is we do have these 3 different colors of rifts, and yeah, typically, and we've got a bit of, I think we're breaking not breaking the mold, but we're coming in from a different universe altogether. So there's no reason why it can't be a different color in a different universe. But typically in the Infinity universe, we have the blue portals are space, the red portals are time, and the yellow portals are different dimensions. So in this case, it could be a lot of, I've justified it in my mind and canonized it in my mind. The white-blue portal that we have here as being white has all of it, right? So white is time, space, and dimension. And perhaps it's in a galaxy incredibly far away that is coming from over into the Infinity universe. So that's hence the whiteness and the massive amount of blue. But yes, there is the possibility of doing time travel. And I just want to, yeah, great idea, mate. Want to highlight as well that, we have got time travel happening in the Infinity universe already. One of the main characters who you'll find out about very soon, he's had a time travel experience and met a past version of himself. I'm smirking because when you find out who it is, you'll probably have a chuckle yourself. And speaking of which as well, we're doing we're calling it Road to Infinity, but it's also Road to the XCT comic. We're actually an Infinity crossover. We're doing a number of short stories that we're actually working with one of your artists, all going well, on doing some comic style panels for our short stories. So if you don't mind a bit of long form stuff and you want to, get into some of the Infinity universe in preparation for this crossover event, most of the short stories we're doing now are actually leading right up to this event. So some of the characters, the main characters in this story, we give a lot more of a fleshing out to in these short stories that are just going to be available online. And so Sean will post some of those links up. I'm sure if you guys are interested in just getting some more of that background context, because as we were talking about before, it's you guys know where Spartacus has come from, and his context currently, immediate context, is being woken up in the middle of the night. So, but what's happened on the other end for these characters, these unlikely characters, by the way, that are coming together in the Infinity universe, alongside and clashing with the XCT universe. So love Troy's little feedback there. Can't wait. Well, we can't too. It's been a long journey, and we are here now, and so much is happening right now, and we're just so damn excited to share this all with you.
So I'll give a shout out to Troy, because Troy and I quite a while ago were working on a Spartacus game, which I'd never mentioned before. So Troy is a programmer and everything himself, game designer and all that type. So I think this is going to be definitely up his alley, and he's always been a big supporter of XCT. But I think the best thing, and with that extra lore that you were talking about, is you'll have those range of people that will just read the comic, just play the game, or just read whatever free content is online. And then you'll get those people that will want every single little bit of information. And I think that's the one thing that we've tried to make sure that from a lore side, that those people that like to know everything, that we've kind of kept that continuity and that information quite real and quite in line with each of the characters and the lore and all that type of stuff. So for those people that are looking into knowing everything, then I'll definitely post some links over the coming days, and once we've got a date for the launch, I'll get Elfie back onto Comics to Movies and More, and we'll do an announcement there, and announce when we're going to go live, and any more information that we have based around the project. So.
Well, actually, I'd love to. It's funny, I thought of this, and then I saw Troy put up a little comment, so this confirms that I'm going to do this. So I was going to offer you a free copy of the game for coming on, and not just for coming on, but for being involved with Sean and working on a game. And hopefully, this meets some of your expectations you might have had for your game that you were working on, at least in from a perspective of bringing the universe to life. So I would love to gift you a copy of Infinity Heroes and get your feedback on the game. So yeah, thanks a lot for being a part of it and being a part of this cast.
There you go, Troy. Hey, how good is that? Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. I have to bloody pay for my own copy, guys. So Troy, you're bloody lucky. So, but thank you very much for your time tonight, mate. I know that this was a very last minute thing for you, so I really do appreciate you coming on. Thank you, everyone that tuned in across the Facebook and YouTube channels. We appreciate your time. We hope you're as excited as we are about this, and we will be posting up some slight little videos, some promotional artwork, and even a couple of sneak peek into the panels and artwork of the comic in the coming days and weeks. So thank you again. Thank you very much, mate. And we will speak to you guys all soon.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.